activity. This refers to the practice which is absolutely indispensable to all aspects of truth. Until you have learned how to concentrate, you cannot perform the great work. Study this key carefully, and it will help you to learn to concentrate, for its symbolism was created to that end. The roses of the arbor symbolize desire, and it has been wisely said that desire is the motivation of evolution. Central figure, by his posture, clearly indicates that he draws power from above. This is a central point of occult doctrine, because you cannot even begin to use the subtler forces of nature until you realize that you do nothing of yourself, but simply act as a channel through which the life force expresses itself. His uplifted wand is a symbol of his ability to direct the natural forces with which he works. Also of the Hermetic axiom, that which is above is as that which is below. The horizontal H represents dominion, strength, and control, and is also the mathematical sign of infinity. The magician's left hand points to the ground in a gesture of concentration. The black hair bound with a white band symbolizes the limitation of ignorance by knowledge. The red rose is action and desire. The white undergarment, symbolizing wisdom, is encircled with the serpent of eternity. The table is the field of attention, which is the workbench of the magician. The implements are the wand, cup, sword, and pentacle. They represent fire, water, air, and earth. Also will, imagination, action, and physical embodiment. The garden is the subconscious mind which is cultivated by the acts of attention of the self-conscious mind. From this garden spring all of the powers of subconsciousness. Lilies, because they are white and six-petaled, represent the abstract perception of truth, as well as the cosmic laws and principles by which the universe is sustained. The high priestess. The astrological attribution of K2 is the moon. The moon is a reflector of sunlight, and thus is a symbol of reflection, duplication, as in a mirror. Like ideas, the crescent moon is cup-shaped. Force manifests itself. The little dark symbolizes the intellect, the merely reasoning mind. He is a faithful companion, but must have a master. The magician. The title refers to man as the director of the force, by which he transforms his consciousness and reaches the stage known to occultists as initiation. The number one, which is geometrically symbolized as a point, means concentration, attention, a limiting of the field of activity. This refers to the practice, which is absolutely indispensable to all aspirants for truth. Until you have learned how to concentrate, you cannot perform the great work. Study this key carefully, and it will help you to learn to concentrate, for its symbolism was created to that end. The roses of the arbor symbolize desire, and it has been wisely said that desire is the motivation of evolution. The The central figure, by his posture, clearly indicates that he draws power from above. This is a central point of occulted doctrine, because you cannot even begin to use the subtler forces of nature until you realize that you do nothing of yourself, but simply act as a channel through which the life force expresses itself. His uplifted wand is a symbol of his ability to direct the natural forces with which he works. Also of the Hermetic axiom, that which is above is as that which is below. The horizontal 8 represents dominion, strength, and control, and is also the mathematical sign of infinity. The magician's left hand points to the ground in the gesture of concentration. The black hair bound with a white band symbolizes the limitation of ignorance by knowledge. The red rose is action and desire. The white undergarment, symbolizing wisdom, is encircled with the serpent of eternity. The table is the field of attention, which is the workbench of the magician. The implants are the wand, cup, sword, and pentacle. They represent fire, water, air, and earth. Also will, imagination, action, and physical embodiment. The garden is the subconscious mind, which is cultivated by the acts of attention of the self-conscious mind. From this garden spring all of the powers of subconsciousness. Lilies, because they are white and six-petaled, represent the abstract perception of truth, as well as the cosmic laws and principles by which the universe is sustained. To the high priestess. The astrological attribution of key 2 is the moon. The moon is a reflector of sunlight, and thus is a symbol of reflection, duplication, as in a mirror and ideas. The crescent moon is cup-shaped, and force manifests itself. The little dark symbolizes the intellect, the merely reasoning mind. He is a faithful companion, but must have a master. The magician. The title refers to man as the director of the force, by which he transforms his consciousness and reaches the stage known to occultists as initiation. The number 1, which is geometrically symbolized as a point, means concentration, attention, a limiting of the field of activity. This refers to the practice, which is absolutely indispensable to all aspirants for truth. Until you have learned how to concentrate, you cannot perform the great work. Study this key carefully, and it will help you to learn to concentrate, for its symbolism was created to that end. The roses of the arbor symbolize desire, and it has been wisely said that desire is the motivation of evolution. The central figure, by his posture, clearly indicates that he draws power from above. This is a central point of occulted doctrine, because you cannot even begin to use the subtler forces of nature until you realize that you do nothing of yourself, but simply act as a channel through which the life force expresses itself. His uplifted wand is a symbol of his ability to direct the natural forces with which he works. Also of the Hermetic axiom, That which is above is as that which is below. The horizontal 8 represents dominion, strength, and control, and is also the mathematical sign of infinity. The magician's left hand points to the ground in the gesture of concentration. The black hair bound with a white band symbolizes the limitation of ignorance by knowledge. The red rose is action and desire. The white undergarment, symbolizing wisdom, is encircled with the serpent of eternity. The table is the field of attention, which is the workbench of the magician. The implants are the wand, cup, sword, and pentacle. They represent fire, water, air, and earth. Also will, imagination, action, and physical embodiment. The garden is the subconscious mind, which is cultivated by the acts of attention of the self-conscious mind. From this garden spring all of the powers of subconsciousness. Lilies, because they are white and six-petaled, represent the abstract perception of truth, as well as the cosmic laws and principles by which the universe is sustained. To the high priestess. The astrological attribution of key 2 is the moon. The moon is a reflector of sunlight, and thus is a symbol of reflection, duplication, as in a mirror and eye-guide. The crescent moon is cup-shaped. Force manifests itself. The little dog symbolizes the intellect, the merely reasoning mind. He is a faithful companion, but must have a master. The magician. The title refers to man as the director of the force by which he transforms his consciousness and reaches the stage known to occultists as initiation. The number 1, which is geometrically symbolized as a point, means concentration, attention, a limiting of the field of activity. This refers to the practice which is absolutely indispensable to all aspirants for truth. Until you have learned how to concentrate, you cannot perform the great work. Study this key carefully, and it will help you to learn to concentrate, for its symbolism was created to that end. The roses of the arbor symbolize desire, and it has been wisely said that desire is the motivation of evolution. Central figure, by his posture, clearly indicates that he draws power from above. This is a central point of occult doctrine, because you cannot even begin to use the subtler forces of nature until you realize that you do nothing of yourself, but simply act as a channel through which the life force expresses itself. His uplifted wand is a symbol of his ability to direct the natural forces with which he works. Also of the Hermetic axiom, that which is above is as that which is below. The horizontal 8 represents dominion, strength, and control, and is also the mathematical sign of infinity. The magician's left hand points to the ground in the gesture of concentration. The black hair bound with a white band symbolizes the limitation of ignorance by knowledge. The red rose is action and desire. The white undergarment, symbolizing wisdom, is encircled with the serpent of eternity. The table is the field of attention, which is the workbench of the magician. The implements are the wand, cup, sword, and pentacle. They represent fire, Golden is the subconscious mind which is cultivated by the acts of attention of the self-conscious mind. From this golden spring all of the powers of subconsciousness. Lilies, because they are white and six-petaled, represent the abstract perception of truth, as well as the cosmic laws and principles by which the universe is sustained. The astrological attribution of K2 is the moon. The moon is a reflector of sunlight, and thus is a symbol of reflection, duplication, as in a mirror. Like ideas, the crescent moon is cup-shaped. Force manifests itself. The little dog symbolizes the intellect. The merely also the mathematical sign of infinity. The magician's left the fool. The symbolism of the fool is best explained by first considering the meaning of the Hebrew letter Aleph attributed this key. Aleph means ox, oxen symbolize the motive power in agriculture because they were used to pull plows. It's agriculture is the basic form of civilization. Thus, the letter Aleph symbolizes cultural power, created energy, life power, the vital principle of plants, animals, and men, which comes to us in physical form as the energy of the sun. This principle is also called life. Breath is the Greek pneuma, the Sanskrit prana, the Hebrew luach, the Latin spiritus, literally these words mean breath. Secondarily, they refer to the spirit or all-pervading life energy. This meaning is substantiated by the title, for fool is derived from the Latin phallus, meaning a bag of wind. Thus the fool symbolizes that which contains air, or breath. The number zero carries this idea a step farther. It is a symbol of the limitless, unconditioned life power. The show is shaped like an egg, hence it symbolizes that which contains all of the potencies of growth and development. Occultists will understand that we refer to the cosmic egg and to the ring past the picture the sun refers to the one force. It is right to indicate that it is the universal radiant energy which is concentrated by and radiated from all of the suns in the universe. The mountains represent the abstract mathematical conceptions which are behind all knowledge of nature. As such, they are cold and uninteresting to many. But the melting of the snow upon the peaks feeds the streams that make fertile the valleys below. So will the principles of ageless wisdom feed your consciousness and make fertile your mental imagery, thus transforming your life. This attitude expresses confidence and joyful aspiration. The wreath around the fool's head symbolizes the vegetable kingdom, also victory. The wood is will, the wool is memory. The white rose represents purified desire. The fool's garments consist of a white undergarment and a black outer one, which is lined with red. White is purity, truth, and wisdom. It is covered with the black of ignorance and delusion, which is lined with passion, action, and desire. It is held with the girdle having 12 ornaments, 7 of which are this girdle represents time, and astrologers will find the contemplation of this symbology of much interest. The wheels which ornament the outer garment are eight-spoked. They symbolize the whirling motion by which the fool. The symbolism of the fool is best explained by first considering the meaning of the Hebrew letter Aleph attributed this key. Aleph means ox. Oxen symbolize the motive power in agriculture because they were used to pull plows. It's agriculture is the basic form of civilization. Thus, the letter Aleph symbolizes cultural power, created energy, life power, the vital principle of plants, animals, and men, which comes to us in physical form as the energy of the sun. This principle is also called life. Breath is the Greek pneuma, the Sanskrit prana, the Hebrew luach, the Latin spiritus. Literally, these words mean therefore symbolizes receptivity. These properties are those of the subconscious mind. You will be able to see readily that the factors of reflection and duplication are essential to the faculty of memory, which is symbolized by this key. The universal substance has been called by some modern scientists mind stuff. Occultists have known for ages that the universe is really made up of mental energy. This primordial substance, known to the Hindus as Prakriti, has always been symbolized by water and by a virgin. The high priestess is a virgin, and the blue color that predominates in this key, as well as the flowing robe, represents water. The curtain behind the high priestess is a symbol of virginity. It connects the two pillars of light and darkness, and all other pairs of opposites, thus symbolizing the associative powers of subconsciousness. This symbolism of pairs and opposites is also carried out by the ornaments on the veil, which symbolizes the acted and passive multiplication and growth. In direct contrast to the virginal high priestess, the empress is a pregnant matron. She is Venus, goddess of love, beauty, growth, and fruitfulness. She is the great mother principle in nature. She represents the activity of the subconscious mind. The stream and waterfall symbolize the stream of consciousness. It flows from the robe of the high priestess, as do all of the streams pictured in the torrent. The water falling into the pool is again a representation of the positive and negative potencies of the life force. These potencies are also symbolized by the scepter of the empress. The heart and dove pearls, wheat and trees are all Venusian symbols. The necklace of 7 pearls symbolizes the astrological planets, and the 12 stars about her head represent the 12 signs of the zodiac. For the Emperor! The fundamental meaning of the fourth key is reason. The key is called the Emperor, and the Emperor is one who oversees and controls. This is the basic function of reason, provided we supervise and control our daily activities. Vision is also attributed to. You will be able to see readily that the factors of reflection and duplication are essential to the faculty of memory, which is symbolized by this key. The universal substance has been called by some modern scientists occultists have known for ages that the universe is really made up of mental energy. This primordial substance known to the Hindus as Prakriti has always been symbolized by water, and by a virgin, the high priestess is a virgin. As well as the flowing robe represents water. The virgin behind the high priestess is a symbol of virginity. It connects the 2 pillars of light and darkness and all other pairs of opposites, thus symbolizing the associative powers of subconsciousness. This symbolism of pairs of opposites is also carried out by the ornaments on the bed, which symbolizes the active and passive modes of the life, power, self-expression. The symbolism of the stone cube is to but we may say that stone is an esoteric word representing union, life, and wisdom. The silver crown represents the waxing and waning of the moon, thus representing periodicity and rhythm. The scroll represents memory, history, the record of experience. The word Torah signifies love. The Empress. Fundamentally, this key represents creative imagination. All of its symbolism refers basically to reproduction, multiplication, and growth. In direct contrast to the virginal high priestess, the Empress is a pregnant matron. She is Venus, goddess of love, beauty, growth, and fruitfulness. She is the grace mother principle in nature. She represents the activity of the subconscious. The stream and waterfall symbolize the stream of consciousness. It flows from the robe of the high priestess, as do all of the streams pictured in the turret. The water falling into the pool is again a representation of the positive and negative potency These potencies are also symbolized by the scepter of the Empress. Symbols, the necklace of seven, the symbolizes the astrological planets and the streets above her head represents the 12 signs of the zodiac. For PM Peril. Meaning of the fourth key is reason. The key is called the Emperor, and the Emperor is one who oversees and controls. This is the basic function of reason, for by it we supervise and control our daily activities. Vision is also attributed to this card has a close connection with the faculty of reason. When we consider reason's insight or mental vision, physical sight is also meant here, and the orange background is symbolic of the sun, source of the light by means of which we are able to see. The mountain represents the fiery activity of Mars and Aries, which are attributes of this key. Aries is also symbolized by the ram's heads on shoulder and throne, and Mars by the steel armor with which the Emperor is clothed. That ornament the helmet are also astrological. The globe is a conventional symbol of dominion. This globe and cross, like the circle and tau of the scepter, symbolize the masculine and feminine potencies of the radiant mentor energy or life force. The purple flaps over his armor hint at his rulership, since purple is the color of royalty. 5. The Hierophant. Hearing is the function assigned to the Hierophant. The Hebrew letter Vav means nail, and is also the conjunction N. The ornament hanging from the crown of the Hierophant and passing behind his ears is a conventionalized yoke. A yoke is something that joins together, again symbolizing union. To Hindu words, the union is yoga. This card symbolizes interior hearing, or the development of intuition by certain practices of yoga. This that we call interior hearing is the real inner teaching. Coming from your own inner self, your true teacher, that self is represented by the Hierophant. In this connection, we must caution you that the true interior hearing is not the negative, lower psychic types of clairaudience. The difference is readily distinguished by the quality of what is heard. Intuition is above reason, but never contrary to it, and it never urges you to do an unethical or selfish thing. The pillars represent the law of polarity, or the interplay of the pairs of opposites. Their capitals show a ball and socket pattern, and an acorn surrounded by oak leaves. This symbolizes the union of opposites. The design of the words of the crossed keys is a bell. This symbolizes sound vibration used in hearing. It is also a hint that sound has a practical value in unlocking the gates of your inner temple. The two ministers who kneel before the Hierophant represent desire and knowledge, as indicated by the roses and lilies on their garments. 6. Lovers. Discrimination is the keynote of the 6th key. system graphically portrays sharp differences. The letter Zayn means a sword, which is an instrument of cleavage. To this key also is attributed the disposing intelligence. And disposing means, literally, to pose. This cardin has a close connection with the faculty of reason. When we consider reason's insight or mental vision, physical sight is also meant here, and the orange background is symbolic of the sun, source of the light by means of which we are able to see. The mountain represents the fiery activity of Mars and Aries, which are attributes of this key. Aries is also symbolized by the ram's heads on This cardin has a close connection with the faculty of reason. When we consider reason as insight or mental vision, physical sight is also meant here, and the orange background is symbolic of the sun, source of the light by means of which we are able to see. The mountain represents the fiery activity of Mars and Aries, which are attributes of this key. Aries is also symbolized by the ram's heads on shoulder and throne, and Mars by the steel armor with which the emperor is clad. The 12 points that ornament the helmet are also astrological. The globe is a conventional symbol of dominion. This globe and cross, like the circle and toe of the scepter, symbolize the masculine and feminine potencies of the radiant mental energy, or life force. The purple flaps over his arm are hinted at his rulership, since purple is the color of royal.
Hello, John.
ריבונו של עולם, ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו לך לקדושה שבה פני פריך גפן. אמן.
Number 2 is Singapore, and then Taiwan is number 5. I have a different list. I have a different list.
We lost to Singapore?
Yeah, Singapore is number 2. Japan, of course, is number 1.
This is a travesty.
Singapore.
Yes.
Singapore is great.
This is a travesty for Israeli PR. It was like one of the few things you have left.
Every 5 feet.
So maybe hummus per capita, hummus place.
No, probably.
No?
First you
That would
lose
be an error.
Eurovision, now you're
That would be
losing
an
the
error.
sushi competition. What's next?
Actually,
Who will be the most moral army in the world?
Next we lose the area of Rob, like you, Buttercup. Second place.
Hey, that was
Hey,
an
Mountain,
insult.
I've been
No,
taking
no,
the,
no.
The mixed multitudes?
I've been taking those gummies of, what do you call it? And I don't feel anything from them. So what the hell are they called again? Anyways, it's just like eating gummies. Hello?
She's a.
I speak better Hebrew than you. You're the Arab.
Yakov, I got the answer.
Okay, that's your word. Give him a warning at least. A normal, no
Israel is
insult.
number 1 per capita by mile. Then
What up, Nick?
What OIQ room are you blasting? Chillism?
No, it's called Mossad Shark Handlers is the house, and the title of the room is Shabbat Shalom, motherfuckers.
Okay, interesting. All right, do your Jonathan Bing impression in the mortgage syndicate.
Are you still on Clubhouse listening to Jonathan Bing? Well, I got a mortgage opportunity for you that you're gonna love. If it wasn't for Daphne, I'd be in prison right now for rape. Let's go over the chatter and talk with Nelson, the commander. Commander Nelson. My name ain't Nelson no more. It's Commodore Nelson. Commodore Nelson, let's do a show. Let's do a show at 8 o'clock and talk about the mortgage industry.
Bring in Cindy Stumpo.
I'd like to introduce Cindy Stumpo, who is a real estate magnate who is best friends with Nelson, is working on multiple real estate development projects. Cindy, welcome to the show. I don't know if these are good impressions anymore, but if you think about where people went, which is they basically concealed what they were doing, like Nelson. I signed up for like Nelson's investment fund, and
was it like? Did you have to go to a class first for like $100 or something?
That'd be funny. That would be even a bigger qualifier. But I don't know. Have you ever even used Chatter? Does that app even still exist?
Okay, I tried to get on it, but I have an Android phone, and I'm just like, fuck it, I can't get on it, and I never tried using it.
Yeah, I used it, but they blocked me or deleted me. Because like I think Nelson messaged me once like, bro, how could you fucking do this? You fucking, how dare you record this, blah, blah, blah. I think it was on Instagram, but
I want to be here on Steve Appella.
I love it when he gets into his like deposition mode where it's like rapid fire question. Anyways, it's just a huge waste of time, because like I'm playing music through AI from books that I've read, and it's like I would rather listen to audiobooks than listen to these rooms, because if I'm not speaking, I'm technically just like listening to an audiobook or some type of, live stream podcast or something. So it is what it is, but this app is still here, it's like a good app. Functionality, like look how you can customize shit. Like it's an amazing way to create content. And it's supplementary because like I'm live streaming on 20 YouTubes and X and other shit. So it's just like one more fucking platform.
Well, I think it's hilarious. Like if some people watch your like X and your YouTube or your Instagram and they hear people like Jazzy crashing out or Monica, that's got to be, these people are like, what the hell is wrong with them?
Yeah. I don't know. See, the thing is like people want to get my stuff deleted, but because I have so much content, it like scrambles their brain when they have to try to find what they think that I've recorded or something. And it's at this point, it's just like a taunt. It's like something to say to somebody like Jazzy or anybody really. Like, oh, I got a recording of you, being a low class piece of trash. See, like they just kicked me from that room, from Shabbat Shalom, motherfuckers. But they actually have my Anon blocked because I started adding people on my Anon because I'm getting ready to create a new Anon. It's like a little game, and because of the Anon, like I'm undefeated. Because generally, if I'm even in a room listening or talking, I already have an Anon in there to immediately catch whatever is there after I get kicked. And it's really interesting. The thing that tickles my feather the most, probably creates the most dopamine, is when a room is about me and they're roasting me. Like that's when I'm collecting gold, because that is truly when you've created slaves and that you're living rent free in their brains, like toxoplasmosis from a pussy cat. Hello?
But what about like the politically correct and Mises 420 or Lisa's 420 lunch? Do they always kick you? Because they kicked me within 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same. But I usually wouldn't stick around for 10 minutes at this point. And if I go in those rooms, it's all just Anon. And I'm there to just like listen, get a little sample, and then leave. But I feel bad for some of the people on this app, like Andrew R. I don't know if you know retard Andrew, but
he's a borderline. I think he has a 60 IQ on a good day.
so it's like they spend so much time talking that if he was only to spend 10% of that time reading a book, he might get more comprehension about what he's really doing, because he's just like a repeating, memory box. I don't know. It's like, how do the concept of like, ghost in the machine or something? It's really just a question of like intelligence. Like, through this communication app, people are willfully refusing to increase their intelligence. They just want to be social. And I don't know, at some point you have to essentially retreat into, your library study, look at all the books and say, okay, all of that can be put into my brain through knowledge, through comprehension, through understanding, through repetition. But what you're really doing in many ways is like altering your subconscious mind. And part of Groundhog Day is not doing the same thing that you did on all the previous Groundhog Days. Did you ever see that movie with Tom Cruise, like 1 Million Battles or whatever?
Yeah.
So this app is like that, but people are unfortunately retarded, and they've retarded and retrograded themselves because they've never spent any time putting outside knowledge in their brains. They just call social activity knowledge. And that's why this is like an app for schmucks or schwarzes, like Nelson Apega and what's his face. The thing is, if you call this a show, but you're not producing it anywhere, you're just leaving it on this fucking platform like Steve Appel the schmuck, you're really, I mean, that's the thing, dude. It's like some people aren't that smart. They can't figure out technology, or they don't want to like expand their efforts. They're just lazy. That's what I've noticed with people with their cell phones, is that some people are super lazy. Like, look at people's dating accounts.
Look at on this app. You have all these single moms that are fucking begging for money, or they put their cash app at the jumbotron on every room. Because they don't have jobs, they don't want to work, they don't have a fucking man in their life. No fucking man wants to get with them. And they use this app just for money.
Well, that's better than, I guess, like some other people, but everybody has their stake in it. Like, look at Marshall Stinkin' Rankin.
So Marshall's an interesting one because that guy flip-flops more than Fauci. Like, one room, he's a Republican. The other room, he's modding in, like, the 420 lounge or politically correct.
Yeah.
And, like, caping to these retarded, low IQ liberal communists. Like, they were in a room once, and they were telling us that, like, McDonald's can raise their wage to $21 an hour like Denmark and give people 6 weeks vacation and free health care. I'm like, you do understand in Denmark, McDonald's isn't the one that's paying for the health care, it's the government. And he's like, oh yeah, he's like, and that Misa or Lisa 420, that retard, she's like, oh, we'll just have to raise the price of a Big Mac to like 50 cents. Who cares? So people can have free health care and a livable wage that's in free college. That's worth it to me. I'm like, you guys are so fucking stupid. And she's like, no, you're stupid. You're MAGA. You're MAGA. That's what they always say. That's their tap out. Denmark offers people like $50,000 a year to work at McDonald's. Why can't we should be able to do that too in America? Okay.
You know, I was thinking yesterday, I was like, technically there's like only two modes of people now, whether it's on this app or in the real world. And like you said, it's like the accusation is like, you're MAGA, fuck Donald Trump. And it's basically A team, B team. You know, it's baseball game politics. And I'm just shocked that everybody like supports B team and not A team. And I'm like, shouldn't you be rooting for America? Like, if you're not rooting for America, you're rooting for your own downfall and your own decreased abundance. So Why don't you root for America, and why don't you root for our president? I mean, what fucking team are you on? Like, you're retarded. You are literally, you know, self-defeating or self-sabotaging. Like, that's the problem with America, is that B team baseball politic position that everybody seems to take. I mean, even in the wars, the amount of money they spent and the strategy and the tactics, let alone like, fuck, we know how ruthless and brutal guerrilla warfare is. Like, why would we nation build when we could have just guerrilla warfared our enemies and withdrew, you know? Because just look at Afghanistan, bro. I mean, fucking Taliban run that shit. We left them $50 billion in equipment and weapons. I mean, it's like, what the fuck? It's like the 54th state of America after Ukraine or something. I mean, Ukraine is actually like...
We do have multiple... I mean, Puerto Rico's not really a state, and neither is Guam or American Samoa, but technically we own that. We own those islands. The lowest IQ people on this app have to hang out either in politically correct, Lisa's 420 Lounge, or chillism. Those people are fucking dumb.
So, you know, there's like this bill to like integrate, I guess, American benefits with US or Israeli soldiers or something like that, you know, or it's like they want to do some kind of like binding agreements with military protections and transfers or whatever. We are now, just like 2 years ago, they announced that we're taking over the Ukrainian pension payment system, like in the whole country and the military, etc. So it's like, dude, Ukraine is the 51st or 53rd or 55th fucking state. Like, that's on our fucking budget, and it's like 300 billion plus a year. So if people are complaining about doing the same deal with Israel, I'm like, man, I mean, we're like an octopus country, you know, with many tentacles. And if you're an octopus, it's better to have a lot of tentacles because, you know, you can grab more things. But as you know, we're broke. But like, are we broke? Because
if they revalue the gold at Fort Knox, I mean, we have a lot of fucking gold.
Well, the way to look, see, this is the way that these bullshit economists look at economics. They just look at it.
Yeah, they're Keynesians. They're Keynesians. That's the problem.
Keynesians or whatever. I mean, they look at it in terms of relativity, which is actually the real way to look at it, because we've built up a moat from 1945 to 2026, a huge debt moat, where the rest of the world, relative to our debt, is nowhere near even close to the sophistication of our debt empire. And because of Wall Street and Washington, D.C., and the Federal Reserve and Congress, we have actually a huge way to go. But if the Democrats get in charge and they do the Green New Deal, the banks and the Federal Reserve will go along with it, and they will create the money. And that could be the way to actually get rich, like for the rest of your life. Who knows? I mean, the thing is, if the Schwarzes on here want their reparations from that Green New Deal or something, like that's probably where they think it's going to come from, is the Green New Deal, because that's going to be.
Did they get reparations in Chicago? I thought that retarded mayor gave people some reparations.
Yeah, his name is Danny Biss, and he's a faggot, retard faggot, and but Attorney General Boutros said that the 14th Amendment, I guess, exclusion clause or whatever the fuck it is, I can't remember, but you can't create racial hierarchies and then fund racial hierarchy because the other residents sued and they said, why are individuals in this town? And the craziest thing is, you could come from out of town. You could be great grandchildren from out of town, come to town, and be like, give me my fucking money, give me my reparation. And who knows if the documentation was legit. Like, but if you were black, I bet you there were a lot of black people that applied that weren't actually technically entitled to that money, but they got it because they were black and they applied, and not enough people were in the know to know about the no. But yeah, they want this guy Boutros done, terminated, removed. Every single news article is 100 federal prosecutors call for the removal of Andrew Boutros because Boutros is anti-reparation. He's bringing a federal suit against City of Evanston, and it's actually racist what they've done. And anyways, I'm just more interested in like education as opposed to like being social. Yeah. Basic.
I like the meme that came out about Chicago. One of my friends showed me, it was on Instagram. The mayor of Chicago flips the graph upside down to show like crime statistics have been falling.
Yeah. He's a real liar.
Retarded.
He's a real liar. He can't. He can't win. His approval rating is like 20%, but some people say like in the runoff he could win, which would be a disaster beyond belief. But anyways, I was gonna say that if people could only agree that violence is when things go too far, like that's crossing the line, and that's the ultimate violation of the law is violence. So if that's the extreme, then everything else below that is just politic or gaslight to try to gas people into violence. So, violence is the law, but social communication on stupid conference call apps for faggot returns is it's all politic. It's never ending, and the amount of time that people invest throwing themselves into the abyss here is so pathetic and retarded and just beyond fucking borderline retarded, stupid, like psychopath. I mean, how the fuck does Viking, who I like, and I think we need more Vikings because he's a fucking tough motherfucker, and he knows a lot of good shit. But like at some point, where does peace come into your life? Because being in chillism and screaming and ranting with a bunch of retards pretending to be judges and lawyers in a fake courtroom and a conference call is retarded. How many times can you do it? The same game over and over again. I'm just like, it's unbelievable. But I would actually like to hire somebody and replace myself and like never listen to another Clown House conversation ever again, but like actually do a full export of this app into YouTube and use like a hot chick in a bikini to do it. Maybe in fucking Belarusia. I don't know. But that would be a fun game to play with people here. Say, hey, your room is being live streamed via anonymous by a hot chick in a bikini in Romania on YouTube. What do you think?
No, do it in like the Philippines. Those girls love Americans.
Dude, Thailand's the same thing. I mean, horrible things happen.
Yeah, no, Thailand, you deal with the fucking lady boys. I don't want to be like,
Philippines probably got the same shit, no?
I don't know. Like, I heard like in the Philippines, they love Americans because we have papers and we can get them here. They love America and they're submissive to their men, and they cook and clean for them.
Well, I've been to Thailand, and I've never been to the Philippines. I do have a friend that has been to the Philippines, but he's kind of a pedo in my opinion, and I don't think I'd want to go there. But I have seen there is actually a Filipino grocery store near me here in Chicago. And there's like this little Filipino bakery, and oh my god, one of like the girls that works the cash register is so cute, and I'm just like, wow, you're like really hot. I would come back here just to see you again.
Right.
But inside the grocery store, they have solicitations for buying condos, I guess, in Manila, like brand new, nice.
Oh, they're trying to sell. Yeah, they're trying. Well, but it's the thing is Philippines is so cheap. There was a guy that told me I was on a flight to Las Vegas, and his family was from the Philippines. He was telling me like you can get a nice beachfront like hotel, and it's 4 or 5 stars. It's like $90 a night, and like a meal at a restaurant there is like $6 with a beer. He's like, it is so fucking cheap. Just the problem is to fly into Manila, it's like $2,000. So
Interesting. Yeah. Well, I'm not taking any vacations.
Thailand is so fucking cheap too.
Yeah, that was the type of pricing that I saw in Thailand was $90 for the hotel, $6 for your street dinner. But
Yeah.
there's people that go to Bangkok and like go 5-star all the way. And you can live that ultra extreme luxury lifestyle in Thailand for less than you can, obviously, in every other major US city. So if you're already balling, like you could super ball over there, but you're super balling in a third world country. So you're driving a Rolls Royce or a Lambo, a Ferrari, and there's like people in tuk tuks banging into your luxury car that don't speak English.
Well, Vietnam's the same thing too. It's like I talked to like a family when I was in Aruba, and they said, yeah, we were vacationing in like Vietnam and Cambodia, and he's like, again, he said like the hotel there, restaurant. He's like, it is so fucking cheap there, and you're getting like beachfront property. And he's like, you go there with like $100 grand, you live like a king.
Well, what's interesting is when you listen to these passport bro rooms, there's this one guy, Christian Lamar. Do you know him? He like ran for Arizona.
I know Christian Lamar.
Yeah. I like a lot of the stuff he has said that I've heard. But I think he's also like this Colombian passport bro type guy. And it's like when you hear them talk about their game or like what they're doing, like I know this guy who's an older gentleman. I guess he like, sleeps with sugar babies. And I just read about this guy in Florida who told this girl on Hinge that he was going to give her $1,000, and she came to his house or whatever at the Villages, the senior citizen retirement center, and she wasn't down to beg, so she called her friends. Was like, "Get me the fuck out of here!" And he's like, "Bitch, give me my money back." And so he chased him in his pickup truck or whatever, and like ran him down or whatever. But I stopped reading the article. But I'm just saying, like, if you're in Colombia and you're sleeping with prostitutes and you're talking about your lifestyle on Clown House, to me, that seems like you're not really very happy, and kind of wasting your time, in Colombia, and it's dangerous. I mean, I could see it being safer if you're like a black guy. Maybe you're not gonna get fucked with, but in Colombia, if you go there and you're swiping right on Tinder, Hinge, or Bumble, and you're meeting random women at random bars that you've never been to, expect that your future will not end well. It could be a mystery magic thing, and you're gonna get married and bring her back to America. But have you seen that show 90 Day Fiance?
Yeah. Oh yeah. How about the guy that found the girl in like Panama, Jasmine and Gino? So what's really funny is they live here right in Michigan, about like 20 minutes from my house. I think she's left though, Jasmine, but I think I've seen them before at like the grocery store.
It would be so funny to see Jazzy on there. See, Jazzy's too smart though, but like the Egyptian men, oh my god. Holy shit. Do you know that one actor, the Egyptian actor dude with the older white woman? I heard that they're still together or something and they got married. How the fuck is that possible? He's so insanely mean and ridiculous. But if you are dating a chick and you're watching 90 Day Fiance, what does that say about you and your chick? That says you guys got no fucking priorities and you guys are fucking losers watching losers on a television network while you're wasting your time watching fucking retard losers be dysfunctional on a television. How functional is it to watch a dysfunctional relationship show? What does it say about your relationship? Hello?
Well, how about the one where the guy, I think, when I was in Grenada, like at night, I was just flipping through channels. I was watching some episodes, and there was that guy. He found a girl from Indonesia, and he had to convert to Islam to marry her. There's a guy like that on this app too, Be Free Cosmos or Costco. He went to Indonesia and lived there for a while and met a wife, and he had to convert to Islam to marry her. I'm like, you're fucking stupid.
Well, converting to Islam is pretty easy. I mean, you don't have to like get a circumcision.
Right.
Or do you?
I don't even know what you have to do. Like, I don't even want to know. But why the fuck would you convert to Islam?
Because like she's not gonna marry you unless you're fucking Muslim. Like they're fully theocratic.
Right. But then you have how about Dr. Sarah, who used to be a Muslim from Iran?
Ugh.
The crazy one. Can you do your impression of her?
She's another one. She's highly annoying person. She's like another chalkboard. Do you know who Emrose is?
Yeah, Emrose.
She is by far, in my opinion, the most annoying person I've ever heard in my life. She's Sarah is like slightly below her, but Emrose is the queen, the empress of social audio torture.
How about Cora? That girl told me, she's like, my boobs are so big, I had to remove it. I'm fucking gorgeous. Guys under 30 want to fuck me. I've been married. I've been married 24 years, and I run a successful business doing government contracts. So I go on her Instagram, John, and I see her. I mean, she's not like, totally horrible, but she's not that great looking. She has no pictures of her so-called husband that she's been with for 24 years. And then she was claiming that she had breast cancer or cancer, and she started a GoFundMe for $5,500, which she told me she was filthy rich. Saying that, like, I can beat up any guy. I used to be a bouncer at a bar, and guys would just look at me and know that I could throw them out of the bar, and they would just leave because they were that intimidated by me. Yeah, Cora is a wretched, stupid cunt.
Yeah, people really dislike her, but I basically like to get emotionally upset with these people. See, this is like the game that I've been playing for so long where they hate me or like they'll call me a troll. But if someone is projecting troll onto me, that person is a troll as well. So Cora is a troll. And like you said, everything about her is fake. And El Normo calls her like a techno bureaucrat. And she's just a bitch, you know, she's a horrible, annoying, obnoxious person. And that's okay. But like to get emotionally upset about it, to have her existence affect your central nervous system, your emotions, your joy, your strength, that would be the ultimate beta cuck, you know, faggot retard position to take. But roasting them and mocking them is the position that I like to take. And you know, my YouTube account is a testament to the mockery of the faggot retard faggots here on Clownhouse.
Well, like when you go at base room and you troll, they're great. Because I think you're trolling. You've gone up a couple levels the past couple years. I'm like, wow, you've really upped your trolling game. Like the Monica rooms, you try to troll, but does she just throw you?
Well, I was in her room today with Serendipity in an anonymous account, but I had the volume turned down, so I didn't actually have to listen to them. And because there's an anon in that room, it drives them crazy. They're like, is this John Kitover? Is this John? But I'm not listening to them. So then they go to my YouTube to check to see if I'm live streaming the room, but I don't have the volume on, you know, in their stupid room. So I'm like psyoping them to a whole nother like fifth dimensional level where, you know, people like Dr. Adams who accused me of harassing him, of, you know, and stalking him. It's like, couldn't be further from the truth. I want to block you. I don't want to follow you. Like, I'm sorry I ever followed your Instagrams. Like, I'm mass blocking you. I don't have your number. And I just happen to be, you know, cruising on Clown House. And there you are. But I don't know, like, it would be great if this app shuts down for me personally, and then I could just move on, and I would be like the sole source depository historian of this awful godforsaken app. And it's only a small part of it because the trenches, the ghetto rooms are so vast. That to me is the treasure, you know, the treasury of Clown House is if somebody, like I said, could export every one of these fucking miserable rooms onto YouTube. But because there's so much profanity and violation of community guidelines in terms of service, a lot of this app can't even be exported because it's that sick and demented and horrible human behavior.
Since I've done on YouTube, if something's like really bad, they warn you. Like, hey, warning, this is adult, whatever.
Yeah, but if your account is already registered as an adult, you don't see any kind of warnings that this is like for adults only.
Okay. Yeah, I have like a couple Google accounts there that I can just go on, and sometimes I troll those retards that try to sell you their products, but it's really funny, the ones that try to push the products on the app. They do not like it when you go there and you troll them or tell them that it's fucking false. They're telling lies. They'll just remove me. But they don't want to be called out on their bullshit. Remember Mogul Makers on the app? The guy that did a $20 million Ponzi scheme?
Yeah, they're for a pending deal he has with Netflix to make a documentary about.
I don't know that guy Mogul.
He got charged for a $20 million Ponzi scheme, and I know a girl on here that got scammed out of over $2 million because he's like, yeah, I'll give you like 20% returns on your money. I'm like, and you just fucking signed up for that on Clown House? I'm like, that's crazy. You don't give it. If you want to invest some money with them, fine. Start small, like $3,000, $5,000, whatever. But you don't do $2 million of your properties.
People make irrational decisions, especially around romance. Like my cousin was a day trader, and he was dating this like woman, I guess, from Singapore that had like millions of dollars from her family or something, and he borrowed like $1 million from her. I'm like, what? I'm like, dude, you're gonna gamble this money in the market trading options. I'm like, but if you lose this woman's money, dude, I'm like, how can you do this? You know, he was borrowing from family, and he was just trading options like a psychopath, and he lost it all. You know, fucking. There's people that trade in the market, and they're like, oh, my intuition is better than AI. You know, and they're competing against teams and networks of people all around the world just trying to fucking take your money as you think you're trading options because your intuition and your indicators confirm your fucking bias. It's so ridiculous. So if you think that like you can go into a casino and win and beat the house, like you just don't understand how retarded you are. And your position versus like the position of the house and the marketplace. You know, the market makers are the eternal winners. And in that network, there are suckers and people getting drained. And they don't even know they're getting drained as they're getting drained. So this app is basically the same thing with social behavior. And it's fucking God. It's like, it's amazing how much I've recorded of people exhibiting the same behavior over and over and over and over again. And the green bean thing and kicking people and blocking people and all this like petty little juvenile behavior.
That's Monica. You removed me from every room because I blocked her and I removed her because Sig would always mod me up in the masculinity mansion. So as soon as he'd mod me up, I'd remove Monica. She went on this big telegram rant about me in there, and like nobody responded to her telegram rant. I never did, and I was like, I'm not even gonna engage with this retard. But she takes the app like so fucking seriously. She did a room of herself talking about whether you should remove a person or whether you should block a person. Like, are you this fucking bored in life?
It's really lazy. It's laziness. It's boredom. You could be a fool and a knave. Like, that's the thing about this app is you don't know just how like brain rotted out people are behind this cell phone screen. So it's like your judgment is very harsh because like you're actually not giving people enough grace or credits for having brain rot. But you, as the person engaging in Monica content, is also retarded, faggot, retard. Like, that's part of the retarded situation where there's just so much retardation to go around. We have an overabundance of brain rot. So it's kind of like, being in a boat on a lake of brain rot. And there's just too much brain rot. It's everywhere. And no matter where you go, there's a good chance that you're going to get splashed with a little brain rot. That's life. I mean, just go to your local convenience store. Like, I went to CVS yesterday. And this, I got 2 cans of like seltzer, and this woman who works there is sitting outside with like a can of ham and spaghetti and pasta sauce, and there's nobody at the cash register. And it's always like that at this CVS. It takes 20 minutes to check out because there's nobody ever working the cash register. So this employee's just chilling, and then she calls for, I guess, the manager, and the manager comes. She goes, "Why did you clock out?" And she's like, "Bong, black, 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 black," and she says to me, "Are those beers?" I said, "No." And she goes, "Well, you can go to the self-checkout." And I said, "Are you going to check my ID?" "No." "And are you going to go put my date and the passcode in the machine?" "No." "Oh, you're done working for the day, so you ain't doing nothing but talking." And she's like, "Blick, blick, 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 blick." And then the manager checks me out, and she says, I'm so sorry you had to wait." I said, "Don't worry about it. It's not me going out of business." And she's like, dude, it's like a fucking major retail store, and there's nobody ever at the cash register. And it's like I'm telling you, like, dude, how internally, if you ran fucking CVS or Walgreens, you want to know your store's like frequency of checkout rate. And like, if you got to have these numbers, and if they're not cracking down and they can't see these numbers internally and immediately take action and make management, changes, etc., like, holy fuck, you're going to go out of business. Like, you can't do one checkout every 20 minutes. Like, it's insane. I mean, it's got to be rapid checkout, and all these stores now are doing self-checkout. Have you noticed that? They got like one aisle open, if even.
Well, McDonald's, like here in Michigan, like the McDonald's, depending on which one you go, they just have self-checkout kiosks. You don't even deal with the cashier.
Target, I went to a mega Target. It was all self-checkout. It's fucking. They got one fat woman working 30 self-checkouts, and do you know how much theft people must think that they can like try, because
especially in fucking Chicago,
they're thinking as they're stealing or not scanning an item, they're thinking, "Oh, I'll just say, oops, I missed that one, my bad." Like, that's gonna be their response when they forgot to scan the 6-pack in the shopping cart, and they left everything in the shopping cart and used the handheld thing to supposedly scan everything, but they didn't scan everything, and they knew they didn't do it. "Oh, my bad, I missed that one. Sorry, I wasn't trying to steal that. Nah, I missed it. I missed that one, and I missed that one too. Sorry." That's what I would say.
Yeah.
So how do these stores think that self-checkout is like a good thing?
I don't know. Like, I used to work at Home Depot like 20 years ago when I was in college, and our operations manager was telling us, she's like, no, I like these self-checkout because we were a new store, and we didn't have self-checkout like the first year I was there. And our ops manager said, well, they did studies and retail studies, and it actually involves less theft. I'm like, I don't see how, especially at Home Depot. Like, yeah, you're going to scan like the big thing, but you're not going to scan your screws if you're buying like new drills or tools or whatever. These contractors can rip you off like left and right.
There's a lot of ways to get ripped off. Investment fraud is like the craziest, most horrible way to go down as a victim. Like hearing about Nelson Apega on Clown House, and then investing in like a mega real estate project.
Cardone.
Yeah, with Cardone or Cindy Stumpo. See, the thing is, it's not all that much different than investing with like JP Morgan Chase, but at least you have the guarantee that you know you're investing in a product that you yourself even consume. Like, before you invest with Cindy Stumpo, shouldn't you at least own one fucking share of Coca-Cola or Ford or like a real manufacturer as like the basis of your fucking portfolio, the basis of the economy of like, you know, top brands?
Well, the thing is with Cindy Stumpo is, I thought she was just a real estate developer, and she just builds really high-end luxury homes.
She's a lifestyle coach.
Her daughter's like taking over the business or something, and her son does some sort of detailing business.
I went out with this chick. I don't even know what she said. She said she was like a CPA or works in accounting or something, and she said she wants to get out of that and go into coaching full time. I was like, you want to coach? I'm like, life coaching? She's like, yeah, I want to be like a life coach consultant. And I'm just like, well, clearly you're not a fucking CPA or an accountant working like in any capacity if you're going to ditch that, which is supposedly paying your bills. And I said, you know, even calling yourself a coach is like, you're a little late to that scam game, whatever the fuck that was. I mean, she could have been just like projecting onto me, like maybe even kind of what I'm doing or something with all the content and social media and shit. But I don't know. There's a lot of chicks out there that just want to float and like find a guy to support them. I don't know. There's just a lot of people that, oh my God, it's just like the cell phone is like their partner. They will never be able to disconnect from their cell phone life experience. And if you've ever gone out on dates or like dated somebody for a couple weeks or a couple months or a couple years, and you just observe like their cell phone life behavior patterns, you realize you're not necessarily in a relationship with like a fully awakened person or aware person or mindful person. They're like concealing things from you in their cell phone, and like their whole universe like is in that cell phone. And so they can never open up to like being in a relationship. And so I'm just saying, from like a male perspective, you just have to be aware of like the reality of life now, with cell phones being the satellite like observer in your possible partner's life, because you're not going to be able to change somebody's cell phone behavior life experience. They're so fucking cooked. I saw a video of this Indian kid savagely beating his mother who like took away his cell phone. It's, you know, it is the cigarettes of life now, or our generation or whatever. I mean, cell phone, like, there's nothing has anything on us like cell phones. The pandemic, wars, etc. Nothing. Like, the cell phone is the big thing in human civilization, human consciousness, human experience, human, like, everything. Like, the cell phone is like the greatest invention in human history. Nothing else compares to it. Like the jet engine, the commercial aircraft, thermonuclear weaponry, spaceship, satellites, like the cell phone is like the big human modifying big thing, because it's like, I mean, laptops, desktops were huge. Like look at Bill Gates, richest man in the world, because of the software, and because of the hardware, etc. Like Michael Dell. Anyways, I'm just saying that like every day, every hour of your life with a partner, who's on an Apple, etc. Like, it's kind of annoying, in my opinion, to have to get into a relationship with somebody whose entire universe is on a personal, private cell phone, which is like not you, and like you could be in a relationship with somebody and never go through their cell phone, never examine their communication, like since you're with that person. So it's not like I have trust issues or anything like that. I'm just saying that, like, if you look at like a Quaker, Amish lifestyle, or even like an Orthodox Jewish lifestyle, they just use flip phones, if that. And that really prevents a huge amount of terabytes and terabytes of communication, that your partner is going to be consuming as you navigate your romantic life experience with that partner. Hello? And Clubhouse is like another platform app on that person's cell phone, which, when examined, partner who doesn't use Clown House would always say, I wish he or she would just delete that fucking app. Am I right? Am I wrong? I think I'm right.
It's true.
Like these passport
You're
bros.
right, though, about
Yeah.
the clown house, and like how people like that green bean gives them like power.
It's so stupid. Like Andrew R. is a perfect example of somebody with a green bean fascism. But what he's missing, like in his philosophical approach or perspective, is that he can't let go. He can't just let a room naturally build or organically develop. He has to maintain that button. Life is actually just, at this point, it's buttons. Like, imagine being in the military and you're launching, rockets or weaponry. Basically, you line your finger up on a fucking button and you go fire, fire, fire. Because all you're doing is, it's like it's like being on a gas barbecue, and hitting the ignition for the spark to ignite it's like fire, 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 fire. Like, life has become a button push video game. Somebody has to design the systems, obviously, but the end user is just hitting buttons. So we live in a button surprise, like attention industrial complex. Clown House, in my opinion, is like a good example, not at the forefront, but a good example of a platform of just fat people pushing buttons and getting a new dopamine, like with every button push. Fat asses on this, fat ass retard faggots on this app who don't go to the gym, don't read books, but are on here talking all day long with other fat ass faggot retards. You don't have to be a fat ass, but you are a faggot retard faggot if you are on this app all day long, endlessly pontificating, and you claim you have a job, but you're here talking about the finer points of this and that in chillism all day. And then I love the technical arguers, who want like protocol, they want rules and laws, and they want like a trial.
Like about concrete, that guy is fucking retarded.
He's absolutely retarded. But
What do you think his IQ is?
I don't see, IQ is one of those things where it's like, let's say we were able to accurately give a number to every single person, and then look at it from like a historical lens, like the people that assassinated Julius Caesar and stabbed him in the dick. You got to be kind of a faggot retard to stab a guy in the dick, in Congress, basically. But what I'm saying is, if everybody had a number and we look at it from a historical lens, IQ is irrelevant when somebody assassinates you. You know, like as you're dying, you're like, how did you kill me? I have a higher IQ than you. See what I'm saying? It's like IQ is relative to somebody's immorality, unethical, and evil behavior. If you're so fucking smart, you better anticipate evil people trying to defeat your superior intellect or superior IQ. And like, so you better be fucking higher than you think you are, because the evil, rotten, horrible people who, you know, supposedly have an inferior IQ, they just killed you. So you see what I'm saying? It's like, don't give so much emphasis into IQ, because even low IQ people still waste your time. So what's the point of even having an opinion on IQ, in my opinion? Hello?
Very true.
We got Stinny in the other room, in the Empress Tarot Kabbalah in the Church of Buttercup.
But they just, honestly, those two just lurk in the audience. They don't ever say anything on stage. They just hide in the chat.
Yeah, maybe they're smarter. I you know, again, I'm interested in education. Even this conversation right now is just like, you know, it's not an act of charity or grace. Like, I like you. I think we have interesting dialogue and content for my podcast. You know, and I hope God strikes down Nelson Apega and Jonathan Bing and Grant Cardone and Cindy Stumpo and 100 other people, including Marshall Rankin. I just want to quote Marshall Rankin and say, that's not the topic. Get to the topic. Stick to the topic. Stinny, welcome to the room.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, I'm sitting here talking with Nick in Debate the News, Tarot Magic the Empress.
Oh, cool. I want to tell you that someone on TikTok is doing what you do here, but they're getting paid. Like, they basically go live with an audiobook on meditation, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And they have quite a lot of people in the live on stage.
Cool.
Yeah. So look into it, because, you know.
Yeah, let me just open TikTok and just be like, yeah, there it is.
Yeah, I'll send you the link. Once I find it again, the live, I'll send you the link and you can check it out. But the dude just puts like audiobooks on, you know, transcendental meditations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, some people got, you know, that algorithm juice. But it would be cool if I got paid for content.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why are you wasting your time over here?
Well, I just look at this as another platform to distribute. But I think the unfortunate thing is I've become like invested in the 100 personalities on this app that I like regularly record. And the fact that I'm blocked, you know, gives me more rocket propellant to continue my harvesting activities against faggot retard fat asses that love wasting all their time. It's just something about the game that I'm playing that I can't stop playing because other people won't stop playing. See what I'm saying? Like, this chess game, there's no checkmate here, and people can just keep coming back. And I really think most of my YouTube is of people from Clubhouse that like watch the lives, because every time I start a live and say I run it for an hour, I'm averaging like 400 viewers over the course of that hour. And I think many of those viewers are Clownhouse users because I drop the live links in the chat in all the rooms. So, and people comment. Some people comment like, what are you listening to? Like, what app is that? That's another big question, is because look at the room right now. Do you see any Clubhouse verbiage or branding? No. So every room, if Clubhouse was smart and they weren't run by faggot retards, there would be a fucking Clubhouse logo in this fucking conference call room that you're chatting with me in. But it's not, because it's run by faggot retards for faggot retards. This is The FR for FR, not FUBU, but faggot retard for faggot retard. Like that's why there is no Clubhouse branded imagery on your stupid faggot retard screen.
Yeah, they're not very good at marketing at all.
Yeah, they're like autistic faggot retards, you know.
Yeah, but okay. So once I find the link, who do I send it to? Like, where do I send it? It's just one of your many accounts.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, send it to me, and if I see it, well, that's great. If I don't see it, well, we just had the experience on my YouTube about the experience, and I think that's just as good.
Are you making money off of YouTube?
No.
No.
How do you make money off of faggot returns? Do you have a good?
I don't know.
How would YouTube advertisers say, "Hey, look at this faggot retard's YouTube account. He's recording retard faggots. Let's send this guy money for all his work recording faggot retards." No, big major corporations don't want their products displayed on top of faggot retard content. That's what I found.
Yeah, and you're very limited too with TikTok and YouTube on what you can say. Like you have to talk like a, I don't know, like a retard. You can't say rape. You can't say what are some other words? Murdered, kill, all that stuff.
Yeah, suicide is a word that you definitely can't.
Unalived, schmurdered, schmex. It's stupid.
Yeah, it's this app's chat filter on what you can and can't say is actually really good, isn't it? Because like I've spammed the chat so many times, and it's like, holy shit, I can't say that. Like it knows. It's very good.
Retard anymore. You can't say retard. You can't say bitch.
You can't say tard. You can't say tard. Why is tard not as emotionally gaslighting as retard? And that's why I say faggot, retard, faggot, because like there are only 3 words you can't say in the English language: the N word, the R word, and the F word. And if you say retard, faggot, N word, like yesterday in a room, I was being accused of using the N word. I say, I didn't use the N word. I just said retard, faggot, faggot, retard. And they said, no, you said the N word. And I was like, no, that was you using the N word. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard you use that word.
I very rarely, like I called Adams an N word, F word, N word the other day, because like if there is one person that I know on this app who is a faggot, it is Dr. fucking Adams. That is one faggot, or a retard faggot. Like he's up there in terms of like highly annoying, obnoxious people that I've spent way too much time listening to, echoing in my fucking brain. You know what I'm saying? Faggot, retard.
Yes. And that's why you're always getting hello from him, because he's always like hello at the end of his, rants. Like, what are we doing here? Hello?
He said yesterday that I was a big back in the making, and like that was funny. Like he's got his moments where like we could work with this. This is funny. This is great. But then there's other times like when he's my antagonist and he's trying to run me off the road and kill me, that I'm like rolling down my window and screaming back like Anyways, I got autism. It's diagnosed as NFR, nigger faggot retard faggot. Like, did you hear about this new diagnosis called NFR, nigger faggot retard?
No.
Yeah, it's put out by the APA. It's called NFR, nigger faggot retard, and people suffer that specific Tourette syndromes now.
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounds more like a vocal stim or Tourette's. Oh man. By the way, Jonathan Bing is on TikTok now. I guess him and Nelson got into a huge fight.
Really?
Yeah, so he's off of Chatter. So now Chatter is really on its last leg.
Oh, you mean Jonathan Bing was holding up Chatter with one leg?
Pretty much.
Doesn't that already mean it's done? Like, if that's what's on a platform.
But now it's really, really done.
You know what? You know what's amazing? It's like people go on other platforms and then like YouTube or Clown House or X, and they say, "I have a platform." It's like, no, you got an account, nigga, fucking retard. You have an account
Yeah.
on a platform. You are not the platform, nigga, fucking retard. And so, you know. But anyways, thanks for sharing that little tidbit because I would love to see, you know, because he's probably invested a lot of money in Chatter.
Yeah.
I would love to see it just like shut down.
It probably will. I mean, there's hardly anybody on it.
Just Naked Finger Retard.
Except for that little click from Million Marathon. Like Cindy Stumpo's still on it. Grant Cardone shows up sometimes.
And there you are. And there you are.
No. I only went in there because
No. How did you know? How did you know?
Oh, I found out through Clubhouse, and then I still have the app.
Oh.
So I went in and listened to all the tea, and then left.
To the tea?
Yeah, I got the tea. That Jonathan went over to TikTok.
Oh.
Because basically what Nelson did was reinvent the wheel. I mean...
He did?
Yes. Yeah, like he thought he had this big new concept when it was just basically a TikTok.
I mean, have you ever heard what Nelson Apega talks about and just like listen to what the content is that he puts out as like an entertainer? I mean, how many hours do you think you've heard Nelson Apega speak in your life?
Oh my God, too much.
Oh my God, too much?
Too much.
So it is like a you problem, right?
Yeah, it is.
100%.
Look, I'm on this app because I became invested, sitting in the audience listening to people like you, like Dr. Adams, Jazzy, Pepe, you know. So yeah, that's why I come back. But there was no one really over there on Chatter to keep me going back. It was boring.
Well, I've been creating AI.
You don't have people over there going, faggot retard, faggot. I mean, come on. The only place you can get that is Clubhouse. You know?
Mm-hmm. So who are you and how fat are you?
I'm nobody and I'm a huge big back.
You're a huge fat ass.
I engage regularly in big back activities.
There is no way that you could tell me what you just told me, you know, with who these people are and what they say and how much time you've invested listening to the things they say, unless you are a giant fat ass.
Yeah.
Wow.
I never listen to Clubhouse while I'm in the pool or in the gym or on a walk or a hike. I never do stuff like that. I'm always just, you know, engaging in big back activities.
Big back activities. Wide back, double back, triple back. Well, that's great. Have you done anything creative in your big back life?
Creative, artistic wise?
What the fuck? You don't know what the word creative means?
Of course I do. Yeah, I do watercolor. I do clay. I do wire weaving. I've worked with acrylics, resin. You name it.
Typical big back activities.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what a wonderful world. It really is.
Too. I have no money. I gotta put it out there. Yeah, I'm broke. Yeah, I'm just a big fat loser.
Well, strutting with some barbecue.
What?
I said strutting with some barbecue.
Yeah.
Do you know what it means to miss New Orleans?
I have no idea what that means. I'm poor, but I actually have been there, and I didn't like it. There's a lot of homeless. There was a man on the street just passed out, pissing himself.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know if he was dead or alive. It smelled like urine. It smelled like dank weed. I didn't like it at all. What does it mean?
Oh, it's a Louis Armstrong song from his album, What a Wonderful World. A kiss to build a dream on. Baby, it's cold outside.
be seen as, you know, a big back thing.
Yeah, burping is a sign of big back in the making. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I've been very creative, unlike yourself, who's fully big backed. I have created some songs using AI.
Nice.
Yeah,
I actually played the guitar, acoustic.
that's very big back.
Yes.
You didn't even play electric?
I did for a little bit, but I mean, I'm not, you know, I prefer acoustic, you know.
That's big back.
Yeah.
All right, well, I want to play you a little song on my acoustic here.
Okay. Okay.
It's called co-produced by Dr. Adams and Norman Green in the White House. Big back, big back, big back in the making. Hello? What did you do with your life, John, for the past 6 years? Hello? Oh, well, I created a documentary called and we've got the Netflix deal. We signed the contract this morning. Yesterday, I was, what's that faggot retard's name? Derisive. He was like, well, John Kitover said that he had a deal with Netflix, etc. And, you know, I would just say that what I have filmed, to me, if I had a Netflix account, I would want to watch the John Kitover show. I would pay for that personally. But since I'm not on their platform, I would not pay the monthly subscription fee for a retard faggot network known as Netflix without John Kitover. So I hope that, you know, I find the time to find a content acquisition expert on LinkedIn that works for Netflix, the retard faggot network platform. So we have Lollapalooza here in Chicago next weekend, I believe, next week. And I got a ticket for a VIP experience at the House of Blues. It's going to be exciting. My sister texted it to me. She's like, you should definitely go to this. I was like, all right, if you recommend it, sister. So I bought an extra VIP pass to the Foundation Room. The Foundation Room, I snuck up there one day with a friend of mine, is like a uber lush lounge with like all this really cool Eastern Asian artwork, with like really fancy couches and beautiful little tiles. It's just an incredible bar. And it's the Lollapalooza after party. I don't even know how to say the musician's name because he's got like a fucking hashtag or some kind of a symbol in the name. But I did want to see Jared Leto perform, but I ended up not going. And I don't really regret it, I guess. The whole thing is to have no regrets. Like Mountain here, he told me to get a bunch of gummies with whatever the fuck the extract is. It's just a bunch of gummies in a jar with a label. Mountain, I've been eating those gummies, dude. I can eat like 6 at a time, and they don't do nothing, dude. It's just a bunch of gummies, bro. It's fucking like a $20 thing of gummies. It's fucking for retard faggots, faggot retards. Might as well just go to the grocery store and get one of those packages of like, you know, gummies, like for the little kids.
You've been taking the KSM 66 ashwagandha.
I've been taking the ashwagandha, dude, and it doesn't. Maybe it's done something, but I doubt it, bro. It's just gummies, dude.
Well, don't take 6 of them. You're gonna OD. Fuck, bro. You're only supposed to take about 3.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to push it to the limits and see if I like had any kind of experience or something on the ashwagandha.
Do you? How long have you been taking it?
Not like I don't even take it like daily, dude. It's just like, oh, there's the ashwagandha.
It's not one of those things that you. I mean, you gotta take it daily. You know what I mean? Like.
For what? For what? I mean, fucking, have you taken a book daily? Dude, before you fucking take ashwagandha daily, maybe you should read a book daily, dude.
I've read a book before, dude. I've read many books before. So since I've read many books before,
yeah,
because I am 36, maybe you should actually try to take it the right way and take just 2 or 3 a day.
Yeah.
And try it for a month. You know? I'm proud of you in the mountains, so.
Well, we recently launched a new ashwagandha gummy brand called Driving Through the Mountain Ashwagandha Gummies by Mountain.
Oh my God.
Well, I did launch a company called cougarmomdate.com, but I've been using Meta's AI to build apps and websites, and I could very quickly build a direct response ashwagandha free trial, billing type website. But dude, I'm telling you, Meta AI, like all these websites are changing, and it's all because of AI. AI builds like perfect websites of the highest caliber basically for free, for nothing. It's $40 a month for Manus, the Meta AI app, but it is a game changer for businesses and business people. Manus, Meta AI, it's fucking unbelievable. I've done all my political campaigns, websites.
Explain this to me. So, like, if I was wanting to start a sprinkler tech company, how could it help me? Because I was thinking, at least I want to use tablets instead of paper. You know what I mean? But how could it help me in that situation?
You in 10 minutes, it will build you an incredible sprinkler website. Whatever the fuck you want to put on it, you just write it in a paragraph, and it'll build the whole website for you in 10 minutes. It's unbelievable.
And I could help me with like billing and all that shit. And,
you can ask it to do the back end. You can ask it to do anything, absolutely anything.
That's Meta AI?
Yeah, it's called Manus, Manus.
Okay. I'll look into it.
Let me show you an example. This is, I have many examples. I have built quite a bit on it already, but anyways, it doesn't matter, dude. If you do it, you do it, but it's remarkable.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at that. I'm also, I do plastic welding too, and I want to.
You weld boats, bro? You're a boat builder? I never knew that about you, dog.
I also do repairs, so I do quite a few repairs, but I want to get busier, and I was considering maybe, paying like $10 a month for ads and stuff. But like if I was wanting to build a website and stuff, Meta AI, I'll check into it.
It's called Manus, Manus.
Okay. That new?
It was bought Meta bought it for billions of dollars like a year ago or 6 months ago or whatever. I'm telling you, dude, like it is fucking powerful. You can create anything. It's apps. Like I've created apps for Android and Apple, but the problem with that is it's not easy to just like deploy the fucking app that it builds. Like there's all this bullshit process you got to go through to upload your fucking app. It's a lot of work, and it takes a tremendous amount of concentration that I don't have because I'm a clown house faggot retard,
You're not a faggot, but
Well, I'm retarded. And if I'm retarded, I'm a faggot retard.
Things. That's all right, man. I don't know. I haven't been spending as much time on this thing lately.
That's what people like to say when they come here. They love reminding people how they've been off the app for months or weeks and they don't spend any time. People love making that a topic of conversation, but it's kind of like talking about nothing, isn't it? Because like you weren't here and you were doing something else. Are you going to tell us what else you did?
In the clubhouse streets, they don't.
Well, I know you're driving through a mountain and you've overdosed on ashwagandha and you're in the Matrix, but what a wonderful world. I want to thank everybody for being here. Bucket's got a hole in it, strutting with some barbecue, a kiss to build a dream on. Baby, it's cold outside.
Oh, the mighty glass, the memory of Creole tunes.
Sorry, that's copyrighted material. You have to pay for that. Can't play that. But we do have some non-copyrighted material. I wrote a song yesterday, aka I copied and pasted, and I put it in the AI. Dennis, welcome to Tarot Magic the Empress, a new song by the John Kitover Band. If you don't know who the John Kitover Band is, look them up on YouTube, look them up on Instagram or any major platform. Just type in the John